Tonight, a U.S. senator appears to be threatening President Nicolas Maduro with loss of life in the same form that Libya's Muammar Qaddafi lost his life. Senator Marco Rubio, whose South Florida constituents are, of course, generally Venezuelans who left the country, who all hate Maduro, he put out this tweet that seems to send out a stern warning. Is that intent? Is that what he's trying to do? Here's Brigida Santos with more.
In 2011, Libyan leader Muammar Qaddafi was killed by opposition forces in Sirte, marking the end of a U.S.-led military intervention carried out with coalition partners from Europe, Qatar, and the UAE. For decades prior, the United States had a love-hate relationship with Gaddafi. But in 2003, relations warmed when Gaddafi agreed to give up his biological, chemical, and nuclear weapons. The move cleared Libya from the U.S. State Department's axis of evil. Sanctions on Libya were lifted, and diplomatic ties between the two countries were then restored. The U.S. and Libya moved forward by working together in the oil industry. That working relationship continued through the early years of the Obama administration, but it eventually turned sour again in 2011 when Washington and its coalition partners intervened based on allegations that Gaddafi was planning to massacre civilians. But those allegations were disproven in 2016 when UK Parliament released a report stating that the intervention was based on insufficient intelligence and that no evidence was actually found verifying any threat to civilians posed by the Gaddafi government. The intervention has been tragic for Libya. Since Gaddafi's death, the country has been in a state of utter chaos, with civilians sold in slave markets and terrorists fighting to fill the power vacuum left behind. President Obama said the biggest mistake of his presidency was failing to prepare for what would happen the day after Gaddafi was ousted. And yet our leaders have yet to learn from the mistakes of their own presidents. Just this weekend, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio tweeted a series of photos of several global leaders, including Gaddafi, who have fallen as the result of U.S. interventions. While Rubio never specified what he meant by the post, he's been actively calling for regime change in Venezuela. Even though our leaders haven't learned from U.S. presidents, international leaders like North Korean President Kim Jong-un and Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro have. A nuclear arsenal brings the U.S. to the negotiating table, while a lack of one brings the U.S. to intervene. In Los Angeles, Brigida Santos, RT.
I'm Rick Sanchez. You found us on YouTube, and that's awesome. But you know what? I'm also live every night at 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern on DirecTV and Dish and cable and satellite, the RT app, and Pluto TV. I'll see you there.